Geeta, I want to begin by asking you, was it the foreign affair of the Foreign Affairs Minister of China that's being seen as the reason? And it's strange that the Foreign Office is giving absolutely no reason after initially saying it could be health for the minister missing since the 25th of June.
Well, Gaurav, certainly the colorful life of the Foreign Minister of China now coming to light surely could be the reason. There are red lines. It's a conservative society, and the supreme leader, whatever happens, whatever the leaders do or members of the CPC do, has to be with the approval of the supreme leader. So Xi Jinping being unhappy with the news of not just his private life, but also in all probability his other engagements is certainly the reason why we've seen him out of public life. And again, like you rightly pointed out, this is not the first time. Xi Jinping included in 2012 after assuming office was not seen for a while, and that might have been intentional. But for every other individual who has gone out of public life is because the president of China did not or does not really want him to be seen. It is punishment. We do not know what the extent of this punishment is really going to be, because Qin Gang was touted as one of the most important leaders for Xi Jinping.
Stay with me for a moment, Sushant Sareen. What do you make of this? Qin Gang, he's a career diplomat. His rise was seen as meteoric, considered close to Chinese President Xi Jinping, and suddenly he disappears.
Yeah, Gaurav, if Geeta is right, then in China the principle is the higher you are, the harder you fall. If indeed he is falling. Where I disagree to some extent with Geeta is, in China, keeping mistresses is pretty much par for the course. There are so many Chinese leaders who've kept their mistresses, and in fact it's seen as a sign of virility if these 60, 70-year-old guys keep young mistresses. Of course, there are certain discretions they have to observe, and perhaps this guy wasn't observing those discretions, in the sense that if this woman is actually a US citizen, he has a child out of wedlock, and again all of this is speculation, and that child is actually in the US, then clearly that's a red line that has been breached. Keeping a mistress is not a problem, but I suppose keeping an American mistress is certainly a problem, even if she's of Chinese origin. But Gaurav, I think what this brings back is memories of, the old China of Mao, for example. That totalitarian, authoritarian regime, which is not accountable to anybody, which doesn't give a damn what people think. Top leaders suddenly disappearing, done to death, sometimes brutalized before being done to death, or being thrown in dungeons. This is so typically Chinese Communist Party. And all those things which, these Western guys had thought that China will change, China will get a new system, China will become more, responsible, it'll become more accountable, it'll become more democratic and open and liberal and progressive. All of that was so much of hogwash.